Hello everyone, today we're going to do our fourth day of notes on one, none, and infinite solutions. So this is all, we're already dealing with multi-step equations, we've already learned how to deal with multi-step equations. This one is mostly talking about our special cases. One is having one solution, which is the norm really, where you get like x equals and then the number, the actual number. Some other cases, though, would be if we would get infinite solutions or no solutions. So we're going to show you some examples today on infinite and none, and we'll also show you another one on one, just so you can see the difference. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So example 1, solve the following equation and write your answer in set builder notation. So here, I'm going to go ahead and solve it. I got p minus 1 equals 5p plus 3p minus 8. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see if I can combine or distribute anything. Distribute first. There is nothing to distribute on the left side. There is nothing to distribute on the right side. So now I'm going to look for combining like terms. Nothing on the left. But I do have terms on the right. I have a 3p and a 5p. They can be combined, so I'm going to go ahead and add those together. So now I have p minus 1 equals 8p minus 8. So now I've simplified both sides, so now I can start moving terms around. So I am actually going to subtract p from both sides, just because this has a smaller coefficient. It means I have to subtract less, in my mind at least. So subtract p from both sides. These p's will cancel out, leaving just negative 1 equals, and 8p minus 1p is 7p minus 8. Now it's a two-step equation. I'm going to go ahead and solve for p. First by undoing the subtraction, because that's what SAD makes us to do. And I'm going to add 8 to both sides. These 8's will cancel out. This will go ahead and combine to be 7 equals 7p. Now I can get rid of the 7 with the p by dividing by 7. So I get 1 equals p, or p equals 1, however you want to write it. Now with set builder notation, I'm just going to go ahead and use the brace and write it just like this. So it's brace p line p equals 1. This, for step builder, the variable should be in the front. Okay? And this is an example of one solution. So I'm actually going to write that in. One solution. Then I'm going to make it like this. So here's an example of one solution where you actually get a value. Okay? And then you guys are going to try this one on your own. So same rule, just go ahead and use set builder notation. You can pause the video and do it now, or come back to it later. Example 2, solve the following equation, write your answer in set builder notation. So the first thing I'm going to look for is distributing, nothing on the left, but I do need to distribute on the right. So I'm going to distribute this negative 4 to both the 1 and the negative 6a. So now it comes out to be 24a minus 22 equals negative 4 plus 24a. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this 24a to the other side, just so I can get all my variables on one side. So I'm going to subtract 24a from this side and from the other side, just to keep it even. Here the 24a's cancel out, but also here the 24a's cancel out. So what I'm left with is negative 22 equals negative 4. But that's not true. So what has happened now is I've canceled out all my variables and I'm left with a false statement. When all the variables are canceled out, so meaning they're gone, they've been inverse operationed out of there, and you're left with a false statement, this means there are no solutions. There is no value for a that would ever make this statement true. Okay? So my answer here is actually no solutions. So if I was just writing my answer, that's what I'd write. No solutions. For set builder notation, it looks a little different though. Because we don't have a value for a here, we're not going to put in all this stuff and say that, and we're not going to write in no solution for it. Instead, we actually go ahead and just use the braces with nothing in the middle. No braces, or no nothing, no variables, no lines, no equal signs, nothing. Just an empty set. And that's actually what we call it, an empty set. And that tells us there's no solutions. Okay? And now you guys are going to try this one on your own. Okay. And you can either pause the video or come back to it later. And example 3, we're going to solve the following equation and write our answers in step builder notation. So first I want to look to see if there's anything to distribute, and there is. I can distribute this -2. So that comes out to be -2x minus 4 equals -4x minus 4 plus 2x. And now I'm going to look to combine. There's nothing on the left side, but there is on the right. I can combine the 2x and the -4x, and they would combine to be -2x. So now I have -2x minus 4 equals -2x minus 4. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this -2x by adding 2x to both sides. And these guys will cancel out, but hey, look, these guys also cancel out. So all my variables cancel out, and I'm left with -4 equals -4. But this time I was left with a true statement. So when all the variables are canceled out and you're left with a true statement, this means there are infinite solutions. It doesn't matter what you would plug in for x because it would always come out equal. Okay? So you could put anything in, any value in for x, and it would work. So that's why there's infinite solutions. And if this was just a normal problem where all we had to do was write our answer, we would just write infinite solutions. Now, step builder notation is a little bit different because we're not going to write infinite solutions there. We actually go ahead and write it like this. So it's a set of x such that x is an element of the real number system. That is how we tell everybody that any number can work. Because if we say it's an element of the real number system, we're talking about any number basically. So when we write it like this, and this is how you're going to see it written, it's just saying that as long as x is a real number, it works. Okay? And here's how you would read it. The set of x such that x is an element of the real number system. Okay? So now you guys are going to do this last one on your own, and you're going to determine if the equation has one solution, infinite solution, one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. And then write your answer in step builder notation. Okay? This is how your test is going to be like, where it's going to ask you, does it have one, none, or infinite solutions? Okay? And make sure you understand why it has one, no, or infinite solution, because of how it comes out. Okay? If you guys have any questions, you can write them down, or you can comment on Google Classroom. I'd be happy to answer it there. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. See you later.